The Battle of the Somme was one of the largest and bloodiest battles of World War I, taking place from July 1st to November 18th, 1916, near the Somme River in northern France. The primary goal of the Anglo-French offensive was to weaken the German army, tie down its reserves, and relieve pressure on French forces defending Verdun. The operation was planned as a joint effort. General Joseph Joffre led the French forces, while British expeditionary forces were commanded by General Douglas Haig. The German defense was initially handled by the Second Army under General Fritz von Below, later reinforced by the First Army led by General Max von Gallwitz. The German front line was a deeply fortified zone with layered trenches, barbed wire, machine gun nests, and reinforced bunkers. Prior to the offensive, Allied forces launched a massive artillery bombardment from June 24th to June 30th. Over 1.6 million shells were fired in an attempt to destroy German defenses. However, many shells were of poor quality, and key German positions, especially concrete shelters, withstood the assault. German troops, anticipating an attack, quickly reoccupied their trenches after the shelling stopped. The infantry assault began on July 1st, 1916. For the British Army, it was the deadliest single day in its history. Over 57,000 casualties, including 19,240 killed. French troops operating in the southern sector achieved better results, advancing up to 8 kilometers with lower losses, thanks to more effective artillery support and weaker enemy resistance. The battle dragged on for over 4 months, with Allied forces advancing only about 10 kilometers. However, it marked a significant step in modern warfare development. On September 15, 1916, the British used tanks in combat for the first time, specifically the Mark I. Of the 49 deployed, only 21 reached enemy lines, but this marked a turning point. Tanks became a fixture in military operations. At that stage, though, their technical limitations prevented a breakthrough. Throughout the campaign, Allied forces continued to rotate in fresh divisions, refining coordination between artillery, infantry, and air support. German troops adapted defensively, mobilizing reserves and launching frequent counterattacks. Both sides suffered tremendous casualties. Over 3 million men were involved in the Battle of the Somme. The Allies sustained around 620,000 casualties, approximately 420,000 British and 200,000 French. German losses were estimated between 450,000 and 500,000. While the Allies failed to achieve a clear breakthrough, the battle severely drained German manpower and resources. Key commanders included, in addition to Haig and Joffre, British General Henry Rawlinson, who directed the Fourth Army's advance. On the German side, Erich von Falkenhayn, Chief of the General Staff, and General Rudolf Krauss played major roles in organizing the defense. The Somme became a symbol of the brutal stalemate that characterized trench warfare. Conditions were horrific: mud, constant shelling, and supply shortages. Despite this, the Allies gained vital experience, initiated innovations in combined arms tactics, and made improvements in logistics and command structures. For Germany, the battle inflicted irreparable losses. Replacing trained soldiers became increasingly difficult, and morale suffered. By late 1916, German strategy shifted further toward defensive warfare and fortifying positions rather than launching major offensives. Though the Battle of the Somme did not produce a decisive victor, it altered the trajectory of the war. It highlighted the futility of mass frontal assaults without proper coordination and underscored the importance of technological advancement on the battlefield.